Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be feeding my pet animals here. We got turtles, fish, a lot of different types of fish. Got some new fish and a frog. I'm not going to feed the frog in this video because we feed him at night since he's like more nocturnal. But if you want to see me feed him, which is actually really cool, like he jumps at the crickets and stuff, leave a comment down below, feed the frog. And tonight I will post a video on the frog demolishing some grasshoppers. So, as you can see, we have the tank here. We have the Tortuga chilling. We're going to go ahead and feed them. There's a long process. It's a lot more harder than you think. But it is cool to watch them eat, so we're going to do that right now. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to feed Tortuga and then Pee-wee. And then we have all of our fish down here that we're going to feed. Even though these are perch and I did catch them in the wild and keep them in here, I still feed them the store goldfish food because this is nice. They eat it like crazy. They love it. It's perfectly healthy for them. And then I also feed this stuff to them too. So it's good. I don't have to have 15 different foods for my animals. I can just feed one for the fish and they all like it. So to feed the turtles, I usually feed them pellets. So their diet consists of, since they are still hatchlings, since they are kind of still little, we have hatchling formula. This is the Zoom Egg kind. This is like pellets. Turtle size is up to 2 inches. Tortuga's getting there, but probably within a couple months we'll switch her. And then for a supplement treat, I feed them this Fluker's medley treat. I don't know, but it's like mealworms, dry crickets, and shrimp, and it's just good. They demolish those too, which is kind of cool. But today we're gonna feed them the pellets. How I do this is I put them in a bowl with water. I put the pellets in and then they eat it, and then when they're done, I put them back in the tank because when it was just the turtles in here months ago, when it was just, or I don't know how long we had them, but when it was just the turtles in here, the water levels down here, whatever, and there was no filter, I used to drop them in there and they eat it. Well, now the fish will eat them because they think it's food when it hits the surface. So I have to take them out and put them in here, which it keeps the tank cleaner, and there's nothing wrong with it. So we're going to take them out, get them in the bowl, and then feed them. Tortuga's pretty easy to catch. Pee-wee tends to kind of dive away. And we're just going to gently grab her. She tried to bite me. Ow. Here, I'll put you in there. I think she just tried to bite me. And Pee-wee's kind of hard to catch. You gotta kind of trick them. Because for some reason the turtles like your fingers. She can like... Oh no. Where'd he go? Son of a gun. Gotcha. Alright, and take him. And then put him in the bowl. Usually I then take this cup of water. Get some of this tank water right here. And you make sure you do it on your brother beds. So that way you don't get your bed dirty. Alright, you know what I mean? And then pour the water in there. Alright, to where they can still stand up and breathe, but they can also eat the pellets. Then you're going to want to open the cap up, drop some in. Now the rule is you feed as much food that will fit in their head. So but since they're both in here, I'm just going to drop it all in there. Oh, there. They just suck them down. So interesting to watch them. Oh. And just like that, they've cleaned up a lot of pellets in like a couple of seconds. They're pretty good eaters. They're hungry. And they're very pretty shells. These are both red ear sliders, and they are very pretty. So when they get old enough and big enough, I want more. There's more behind you. There. When they get big enough, we'll probably release them in the creek behind my house, or take them to the research park at A&M, where there's dozens of giant red ear sliders, and we'll let them go there because I know people put food there all the time, so it's good. Alright, so they ate those pretty quickly. Now they're like, they want more, but turtles don't have the sense that they're full. They don't have that system. Like, when we eat too much, we're like, we're full, we don't want to eat no more. They don't have that. So that's why people kill turtles often for overfeeding them, even though they didn't know that they were doing it, because the turtles always seem hungry and want food. And I'll take them, I'll put them back in there, and then they'll climb down. So that's a fairly simple process. Usually takes me about a couple minutes each morning. Sometimes I will feed them about 2 times a week. I will feed them the other stuff, but not regularly, because it can give them too much protein, which can cause defects in their growing. Alright, now we're gonna feed the fishies. As far as the fish go, these are all natural, or these are all wild, caught panfish from the creek and, from ponds or whatever. This is a bluegill. We don't, I don't have names for the fish, but yeah, he's a bluegill. We have, I think, 4 or 5 of the little small, pretty green sunfish here. And then we have 1 long-eared sunfish in the back that I caught at the creek behind my house. He's really pretty. He absolutely demolishes the feed. So we're just going to take, this is Tetra brand, I believe. And we're just going to pop the cap open. Make sure you do it on your brother's bed, of course, because you don't want to get your bed dirty. We're going to take a pinch. And you can always add more, but you don't want to add too much, alright? And just drop it in there. Turtles aren't supposed to eat it, but I mean, it doesn't really hurt them. Alright. And they pretty much demolish it. Usually I feed them more than that, but I mean, they do know when they're full, and he didn't eat that much, so he is full. So, yeah, so those animals are now fed. The process is about, 5 minutes. The only reason it's taking so long is because I'm holding a camera. But now we're going to go feed those. We're still going to use the same little goldfish food here. And, so this was the, restoring build. I can't say it. I fixed up this old 1-gallon bowl here. And, I hooked up a little 10-gallon bubbler to it, which I put in a kink in it, so it doesn't put out that much, making a current. It floats the bubbles up to the top. And they've got a pretty simple setup here. And then I have a little light up ahead that I turn on. And then when they swim in the light, they kind of glow, which is kind of cool looking. We're going to go ahead and take some of our food here. Okay. Now these are mollies, and they are gold dust mollies. So they are really small. That one's about 1.5 inches, and that one's like 1 inch. So they don't need that lot of food, and they're very small. So I just drop a couple of flakes in there like that. It's probably too much. So you can eat. He's like, the little one's eating. There they go. So, they're going to eat that up pretty quickly. See what they mean when they glow in the light? They look pretty cool. It's a little redneck lighting situation. That's a heat headlamp. I took the straps off and put duct tape on the top of it. But I mean, it works, so I ain't complaining. I'm going to close this cap back up. So like I said, if you want to see me feed the froggy, he's chilling on the branch right there. If you want to see me feed Bruno, the frog, then leave a comment down below, and I will certainly do that tonight. I also want to do some maintenance on the tanks. So they're still eating that stuff. Probably, yeah, I put too much. Sometimes it helps if you, like, push it down in the water. And it kind of, yeah, okay. If you want to see how I built this tank here, and how I built this tank, next time I clean them out, I will do a video on that too. I know it was kind of a different video. I just now woke up, so I felt like I'm maybe doing something a little less crazy. I've been working on some more fish projects lately, and I guess I never showed y'all this, but I made a snake a while back. A wooden snake. It looks like doo-doo, but yeah. I just thought I might show that. Anyway, I'll see you later. Goodbye.